Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively. This is called Blessed Beginnings. It's an online exclusive. I have made a couple of things with it. For the project today, I paired it with the swirled designs. I want to use one of these background stamps. And let me show you, I kind of started playing with it. I colored it with watercolor pencils. I did some different designs. This one stands up. Then one of my friends, we got together and she had this card design. So I turned it into this. Whoops. Hands. They drop things. Okay, so I use this designer series paper. You'll probably remember it from a holiday catalog. It's called Seasons of Elegance. I've used it a lot. There's lots of pieces in it. It's still an available designer series paper. But this is definitely a card you can mass produce. Now let me show you how I did it. We'll get this out of the way for now. When I go to color, maybe I'll bring it back in. So I took a piece of vanilla. I folded it in half. This is 5.5 by 11. And I know I want to go from fold to the end. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that at a diagonal. Then I have this piece that I could have stamped my church and trees on. I chose not to, and I'll show you in a minute why. I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish this down real well. Sometimes I can get it to fold once. Sometimes I need to go back and forth a couple of times to get it down where I really want it. So there it is. That's a little flatter. Now I'm going to take this pretty piece from that designer series paper, and it's a 4 by 5.25 that I just cut in half. And because there's not really a pattern to it, we were able to use both sides. So someone else is going to use this half of it on their card. Then I took this pretty paper. It's kind of like that mossy old olive. It looks to me like it's got a little bit of both in it. I'm going to put this right in here. Then this piece is 8.5 by 2 3/4. I'm going to stamp the front of it. I wanted a little bit of color on the front. So this is where I took that swirled shape and I took some cloud cover. And it's just so it's not so plain. But when I say it's subtle, it is very subtle. You can see that. It just adds a little bit of interest in the background. I'm going to close that up because I know my tendency to be messy. Again, this is very card that's very easy to multiply. So I have the word blessings. One I've put on the inside, one I've put on the outside. So this one's on the inside. So for this one, because I want to do each of them just a little bit different, I'm going to put it across the bottom. It stamps so pretty. So I've taken a piece of this and stamped my church and trees on here. And I've cut them out so that I can color them to add to the front of my card. Again, I could have used that other half of this and had a pretty vanilla piece, but I really like the way this shades my church So I don't have to do very much coloring. I'm going to use a light lemon lolly just to tint the windows. I have a light gray or dark gray granite. I'm going to use it to color this across the bottom. It's going to soak in and even lighten up a little bit more across the roof. And then the steeple. Again, because it already has some color to it, I didn't feel the need to color in great detail. I've used a light crumb cake for the tree trunk. And then I used a light old olive for the trees. I didn't feel like I needed to color these in a lot of detail. Again, I already have a pattern to it. And you probably didn't even notice on these trees, there's a lot of the DSP showing through. I did a card earlier on my live where I colored in way more detail. While this is still in the die, I'm going to go ahead and put some seal on the back of it because it just made it just a little bit easier. So my steeple pops, or my little cross pops right out. Already has a little adhesive on it, so I can stick it right there. Come on. And then there's my door. I wanted a wooden door. So to put these on, this one has them one on each side. This one I put them both on one side. So for this one, because you know, we should mix it up. I'm gonna put the church over here and let it hang off a little bit. And then add these trees. This first tree I'm going to tuck behind the church a little bit. And then this tree I'm going to make sure I only put adhesive on one side. So I can put it right there. So now I have 3 different ways of doing it. Oh, these 2 have a ribbon. This one I'm going to go ribbonless. Oh, but I do want to put my gems on. This is a new gem. It's an online exclusive. It's got these flat, and these are flat matte dots. Do you have a preference? You'll have to let me know what your favorite is. Inside words, outside words are words on the bottom. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Gosh, you have a great day. Bye.